Hey guys, thank you guys very much for being here. React Packs. Anything you guys remember from the last week, or anything that you wanted to point out about last episode?
Sad Rem.
So, some people were actually happy that you pointed out in at least the Patreon. We're happy that you pointed out the whole. At least Subaru was upfront about it, and you were like, yeah, but it's a justified position for Rem to stay, even though it's very strained and stuff like that. Yeah, it's such a strange situation that there have been some reactors that just dislike it entirely. But it's still, just because got rejected doesn't mean that person, you no longer care about them.
Yeah.
But it is true that usually, if it's a situation where someone gets rejected, it's better that the two distance themselves from each other, just for the sake of at least one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else, guys?
Nope.
Really? Oh, I guess you really want to get into this
Yeah,
episode.
I'm just trying to figure out where we're going here.
Yeah, I don't know what's next.
I don't know what his next step is.
I think I said at the end of the last reaction, he has to figure it out this time around. He cannot replicate this moment with Rem. Like, when the last time I felt this way was when he had that whole talk with Rem in the forest. And she was like, what? And she immediately took to him at that point. That's when she was like, oh, wow, he's different. And I was like, please don't die, please don't die. And he didn't die. He made it through that point. So I'm hoping that this whole talk with her doesn't go out in vain, you know?
Well, wouldn't be the first time it ripped your heart out. But, all right. Guys, thank you very much for being here again. And guys, if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Check out the Patreon in the description if you just want to support us, or if you just want to see the next episode of any of the shows that we have up on Patreon 1 week early. And also remember to check the banner on the homepage if you want to see all the shows we're reacting to. In addition, remember, What If series just dropped. So we will be reacting to the What If series on Wednesdays now. So thank you very much. I'll see you in discussion.
Wow.
He's getting good at this.
You just said words.
Yeah. Media.
He can tell them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really can. P13.
Oh, gosh.
Don't break it.
Wind reading. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Why?
Oh, hush, what?
Oh, it's pink.
なんや呼び出されたから来たのに。うちら商人にとって白芸のおるオランは死活問題やから。もちろんうちの傭兵団も手貸すよ。
私は白芸の件もそうなのですが、夏木殿から提案された魔鉱石の採掘権の割譲に興味がありまして、大都の商業組合の代表としては聞き逃せません。
Political pressure.
改めて言う。同盟に際してこっちから出せるのは魔鉱石の採掘権の一部と白芸出現の時間と場所の情報、つまり長いこと世界を脅かしてきた魔獣の討伐、その栄誉だ。
Do you want to tell them about the part where, you get eaten and get erased from existence?
No, that'd be a surprise.
もしあんたの狙いと俺の望みが勝ち、それじゃあ疑問はある、疑念もある、腑に落ちない点も多く、即座にうなずくのは難しい。だがこの状況を作った K の生きたこの目を信じることにしよう。
交渉は成立ですね。
You did it!
So far.
スバル殿、感謝を。え？我が主君、クルシュカルステン公爵へ捧げるものと同等の感謝を。
Oh, I guess he really hates this white whale. Is he the master swordsman?
すでに見抜いて
Master Swordsman died.
Yeah.
Okay.
私の仮名はアストレ。先代の剣聖テレシア版アストレアを妻にめとり、剣聖の家系の末席を怪我した。それが私、ビルヘルム版アストレアです。
Oh, his wife was killed. It was the Master Swordsman.
Yeah.
You don't have to pretend about that part, bro.
当然それ込みでクリスさんが乗っかってくるって思ってたわけで。スバル、嘘の風が吹いているぞ。
Always pushes his luck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You really don't want to tell him about the part. Well, I guess
He doesn't even
probably
think
hasn't
about
even put
it.
2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
It also probably frightened him.
ビル G はずっと白芸を追いかけてきたから。先代の剣聖ビル G の奥さんが白芸にやられてからずっとね。スバル君は気にせずとっとと寝ること。どうせ物資の手配とか編成とかスバル君にできることは何もないんだし。
確かにそうかもしれねえけど、ストレートに言うな。お前ひょっとしてこの間の。どうもこいつが良さそうだ。
驚きました。この地流、気具合が高いことで有名な種類
Extreme
だと思う。
pride?
フェイス、こいつにする。一目惚れだ。
What? What was this about?
忘れてるから一目惚れとか言わない。別に拗ねてませんよ。ちゃんと仲良くします。できます。
Oh no, it doesn't like her.
だから借りた地流で俺が白芸の鼻先を駆け回って注意を引きつけて、その隙に総攻撃を入れてもらうってのが俺のおすすめ戦術なんだけど。白芸の鼻先を驚くべきことに嘘の気配はない。
Shockingly.
Look at that stupid grin.
こう何度も自分の過去を疑う機会が来るとは思わなんだ。
Ooh,
More
are
people?
these?
The elite unit?
Then maybe for her.
クルシ様、参上いたし
They're old.
They're old, yeah.
Mm.
ありがとう少年。君のおかげで我々の悲願が叶う。これほどない。ありがとう。
I guess we're under this Master Swordsman's lead.
They could be Van Astrea family, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
戦を退いていた者たちも多かったがな。ビルヘルムの呼びかけでこたびの討伐隊に加わった。
I invited them.
指揮と連動は
How many swords he has?
Oh, they're crying.
嫉妬の魔女が生み出した白芸が世界を狩り場とし、蹂躙しながら跋扈するようになって400年が過ぎた。その霧の性質の悪辣さも相まって名すら残すことのできない
Wow.
時の数
Don't
は
stop it.
ばかりだ。
Stop.
No.
だが
Ow.
その無意の日々は今日をもって終わる。悲しみにすらたどり着けなかった悲しみに正しく涙の機会を与えよう。出陣する。場所はリーフォンサイド、フリューゲルの大樹。今宵我らの手で白芸を生む。
What if it doesn't show up though?
That'd be real embarrassing.
I hope they don't go that route.
よろしくお願いします。
およろしく。
お姉ちゃんと団長はよく先走っちゃうんで、僕が指示を出したり。
I can be honest. Okay.
Plays second fiddle.
誰のせいだ。団長が部下に迷惑かけて
Not CGI.
自由乗っとるやないか。自分らの荷物ぐらい自分らで管理せんとな。白芸ばっかが敵やと思うとると足元救われかねんかんな。道中盗賊やらに絡まれんとも限らんしな。
Oh, he didn't forget about those guys.
そういう気があるなら。
Yeah, but they should be further down the road.
Yeah.
誰かの名前が彫ってやんな。修学旅行じゃあるまいし、マナーがなってねえよマナーが。レム、彫刻刀貸してくれ。
スバル君ではそんなことしたら怒りますし怒られますよ。ここに白芸が来るんですね。そのミーティアが白芸の存在を知らせてくれる。
3 more hours.
時間になったら鳴るようになってる。ぶっちゃけこれの下で。
嘘ですよね。
これが嘘なら俺はドギャンしてドギャンって
荒木弁のような音楽を
いや実際これが嘘とかありえねえだろクリスさんたちだってさ
スバル君が嘘をついていることぐらいレムには分かります。その嘘の理由が話せないでいることも分かります。だから信じさせようだとか
Wow.
丸め込もうだとかそ
She
んな風
just
に自分を
knows.
追い詰めたりする必要どこにもないんですよ。だってレムはスバル君を丸ごと信じていますから。
Let's say that should make him cry right there.
やっぱりでっかい木を見上げるとテンション上がるなしばらく下とか見れないよ
He's crying.
ありがとうベラこういう時は
どういたしまして。
Aww.
それにレムの方がずっとスバル君に感謝しているんですからご愛顧です。
妻は花をめでるのが好きな女性でした。剣を振ることを好まず、しかし誰よりも剣に愛された。剣に生きることしか許されず、妻もまたその運命を受け入れておりました。私は彼女から剣を奪い、剣聖の名を捨てさせ妻とした。ですが剣は彼女を許してなどいなかった。これで感謝。この戦いで私は私の剣に答えを見つけられる。
合わせてあのクジラ野郎ぶちのめしてやりましょう
Breaks knuckle. So much tears and crying, and it's gonna go wrong somehow.
Oh boy.
そういう携帯
You got
That's scary.
Yeah, just hear the sound.
turn the alarm off, Subaru.
見当たらないぞ
Please something
That'd
happen.
be so eerie.
Please something happen. Turn it off, Subaru.
来ないか
Oh, thank God. I mean, bad, but it's here.
Yeah. It comes from the sky.
Yeah, it's a whale.
It is a narwhal.
Oh no, it's coming straight for them.
It's distraction.
Yeah.
あのバカの前に
All of the two fools!
Oh boy.
Yeah. What is that like?
Okay. I thought they were gonna end on something worse.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Yeah, I could tell the tension was rising for you guys. Like, is it gonna show? Is it gonna show?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't remember. I remember barely thinking that. I wonder what that happens. But you know, he could literally die of embarrassment and just try again.
No, he can't. I already said he cannot redo that moment with Rem. This moment has to stay forever. So
I
he
mean, we
does
still
not
aren't.
die.
We still aren't in the clear yet.
I know, but I have faith that they will win.
Don't have faith in anything in this show. This
know.
show is the definition of
I'm
Murphy's Law.
I'm a hopeless optimist.
We're
Okay.
gonna Pavlov you, all right?
So yeah, I actually wrote that down during the episode, Murphy's Law. I was like, this show is the definition of Murphy's Law, so I literally cannot predict whether anything is gonna go right.
Well, we did learn a bunch here. We saw, well, we already knew Wilhelm was of Van Estrella, but it seems he married him to get the name.
Right.
His wife was of Van Estrella. She loved flowers, but she was just naturally the greatest at sword, to the point that she became the sword saint. What do you think he
That's
meant?
what they said?
Oh, I
yeah,
missed
the
that.
sword master is the sword saint.
Okay.
Or rather, the master swordsman is the sword saint. So, what do you think he meant by, when I married her, I took the sword from her, or he said I took that from her so she didn't have to carry the sword anymore.
Yeah, he said he forced her to put it down.
To abandon the title.
Yeah,
He did
basically,
something.
he wanted her to not be the swordsman anymore.
Mm.
But I'm guessing I'm guessing like they heard again that the whale was gonna show up or something, and she's like, I have to do this, and then she ends up dying.
Yeah, if you're the best swordsman and people keep dying trying to fight this thing, it's probably up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if she couldn't do it,
Yeah, but they have
with
more
a
now.
detachment, she had an army.
She had
though.
an army,
Yeah.
true.
I'm also wondering, how is it people know that people have died?
That's
from
what I
this
was gonna
thing?
bring up. Yeah. So I think the whale can do whatever it does to erase you. Like if it swallows you or something, that erases you. But if it just injures you, and you leaves you to die, like bleed out or something.
Like if what happened to Subaru, if he just had bled out on the floor.
Yeah, maybe people would still remember him.
Yeah, it could be just an ability that it has that it doesn't always use.
That
It
too.
was also, when it was taking out Subaru's caravan, it was using stealth somewhat
Yeah.
for most of it. Nobody knew it was coming up. It was hunting.
Yeah.
The only difference there was Ren, where I don't know why he'd have to use it there if he's fighting.
Right.
But that could be a little theory.
I think. Yeah, I was just gonna say it could have just been a plot thing because they needed Subaru to be hurt by people not remembering her. I don't know, but I'm just saying it could be. But this show's kind of pretty good at weaving things in properly. So
Maybe.
Maybe.
not. You guys have anything?
Right. So Krush, still don't know how to say
Krush.
her
Just say
name.
Krush.
Probably.
We know what you're talking about.
She has the ability of telling wind, which is not silent but deadly.
Which explains why the previous meeting, remember, she was like, you're lying, but you're telling the truth. You're lying, you're telling, like, it went back and forth so much because she could tell individual statements were lying or truthful. Which all that together, she was like, I don't want to deal with this person if, like, some of this is truth, some of this is a lie.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
And on top of that, he couldn't say anything.
And speaking of people being able to tell who's telling the truth, Rem, that's the reason Rem immediately took to him when he was saying whatever he was saying on the top of that hill when they found the kids the first time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why does she immediately believe him? It's because she can tell when he's telling the truth or not. So she has a way as well of reading people.
Yeah,
It's maybe just him.
I wonder if that has to do with she just got to, because she was very infatuated with him. Maybe she just paid attention to him enough where she began to realize how when he's telling the truth when he's lying. Or it could have been something innate, which it would have had to have been if it was that point, because she didn't like him back then.
Right.
But
Yeah. But it has to have been developed. It's more likely that it developed, like you're saying, because when she was beating him to death, he was telling the truth there, and she wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
But it could also be she was just hyped up.
well, when she beating him to death, remember? No, because Ram killed him, like she really killed him.
Yeah.
But Ram didn't. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. You have anything?
Oh, also, in the beginning, he's learning. This is something that somebody mentioned in the comments. I think on YouTube, that it's really gonna be enjoyable when you see him starting to learn. Like he doesn't stay like this forever, and I was very happy to see that comment. I was like, good, because
Yeah.
I remember that. But, yeah.
I remember somebody mentioned it, like it was just like a little part of their phrase, their statement, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's great. So he develops as a character, and he starts to learn. Okay, I need to learn negotiation. He planned it out with even the girl that made him mad, pink girl, Hoshin, yeah. Planned it out with them, and planned to give them media and all that.
Yeah.
Which,
oh my gosh.
Which when I first saw it was a little frustrating, because it's like, okay, so this lady needed to tell you need to think before you enter a negotiation, and immediately the next time through he perfectly plans a negotiation.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he was spinning a few times, but he perfectly plans it, which to me is like, okay, if you had the ability to do that, you literally just had to think, I should think about negotiating before I go into it.
Yeah.
Because he's so immediate.
Yeah.
He needs people to tell him very basic things, but once you tell him and he realizes
knows it.
he will apply himself.
Yeah.
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 And he could also had Rem's help with figuring it out.
Yes. I mean, she went to go get the...
Yeah, she got some... Yeah, so maybe not all him, but...
Maybe not. But also, it's to be fair to him, he was going through a whole lot more, and so now he's
Yeah,
thinking
at
more
the time.
clear head.
Yeah.
And he's relying on Rem.
Yeah, he's starting back from zero.
Yeah, and the dragon he chose.
Right. Prideful
bringing
dragon?
pride back in.
It's a very prideful dragon.
Yeah, it's known for its extreme pride, so I'm assuming it just doesn't take the people very well. It doesn't want to listen. But he was like, I like Subaru.
So do you think that perhaps it's not that it's just extremely prideful, it's both extremely prideful but will only accept a prideful rider?
Or just picky. Maybe it can sense certain people.
Maybe. But awful play on words there, given what we've heard before. Huh?
Yeah,
True.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, would you consider Subaru prideful?
In an
In a
abstract
way.
sense.
In a sense,
abstract
maybe.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't Again, yeah, in an abstract sense you could call it.
Like, I think if we think back to some of his statements or different statements people have made of him and that he's made of himself, where he did things to please the crowd or to make people look at him as a good.
Yeah.
You can kind of say that in that sense he's being
that's
prideful,
prideful.
and he maybe just has that in him where that's just how he is. So I guess you could say he's prideful in that way.
And also, he'd freak out anytime somebody called him useless.
Yeah.
I think that's coming from the same place in that he needs to be needed.
Yeah.
And also the genuine belief that he often, early on we were talking about how he kept trying to fix situations where he really couldn't.
Yeah.
That also could be seen as going
He
from a
believes
prideful
he's the
place.
linchpin for all of humanity.
Yeah. I mean, he himself can't do much, but he can put people in places.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in the beginning, this tendency of his to want to like always be there and try. I'm like, you're practically useless. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of frustrated me. I was like, why is he going? But he always figured something out and did something, and it was useful. And like so I kind of started to almost be like Rem and be like, I trust you, Subaru. I trust that you have a good plan.
Yeah, because it
So
works out.
Yeah, and then this last time when he and Rem basically are the bait for the whale.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you are useful here. I knew it. I trusted you.
Stop messing with that.
Sorry,
It's gonna make a noise.
But yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, I do believe his character has been changing, which is the thing is now that this dragon, if that dragon had done that recognition thing a few episodes ago, I'd have been, oh yeah, he's prideful. But now, it's just because of all the things he's been through and how much he's seemingly changed. We haven't really seen much action put to it.
Yeah.
It does make me question it a
I
bit
mean, he's
more.
definitely learned.
He's learned.
But I don't know how much he has
changed
internally.
Yeah, I wonder how this... well, you know, but
Barely.
I wonder how this show... Barely?
Yeah, I don't really remember. I'm starting to get a foggy memory.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I'm wondering how much this show is going to show a real-time change. You know, people don't change immediately, even if they have an epiphany. It takes time for them to implement it.
Figure it out.
So I wonder how realistic the show will be with that, or if it's going to go anime route where, okay, he knows he needs to change. Now he's changed, you know? Because so far, with him learning this negotiation, it's kind of the anime route where he's immediately a pro. But
it did show, like, in the beginning when he was at the loot house that he is good at negotiating. Because remember, he wanted the insignia from, what was it? Felt.
Felton, Old Man Rome.
Yeah, it's already showed that he can do it.
Yeah.
It's a skill that he already has.
Speaking of negotiations, so do you think what he's negotiated will come back to bite him?
Oh, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Because he promised mining rights
Yeah.
to the merchant consortium.
I'm like, I completely forgot to write that down. Like, does he have the right to promise that?
As Amelia's knight, yes.
Oh, because he's technically
he claimed the position.
Right.
So people may think he has the ability to make that call.
Right.
But it's Roswell's built
his talent
land
and everything.
complex.
Yeah.
Right.
And if he hasn't sold it all this time, maybe there's a reason.
Well, I'm gonna guess that if these people fighting this whale eventually happen upon the cult
Yeah.
and defeat them, Roswell will be indebted. And whatever Subaru promised, he'll most likely be more likely to be like, okay, yeah, sure.
That's a good guess.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's probably what Subaru's betting on.
Yeah, she's no use to him dead.
Yeah.
Amelia. And his mansion burned, his villagers killed.
Everything gone, basically. Yeah.
Wilhelm's group there, I don't know anything about it, but I was thinking we saw Wilhelm training Subaru in the sword fighting ability.
Yeah.
And he knew enough to look at him and know that he's seen death. He knew when looking at him that he's not really trying to get strong anymore. So I wonder if through time, perhaps other young men who lost everything came to him and he would be training them, perhaps. And these are those people that finally he's called back.
Maybe.
Yeah, because while they're older, he's the only one with white hair.
With white hair, yeah.
Yeah.
So he would have been much older than them.
True.
Or maybe he's just more stressed.
Yeah.
He's got lovely locks, though.
You guys have anything else? I'm done.
It was a sweet moment with Rem when she was like, I know you're lying, but I know you can't tell me why, but I still trust you.
That's what he needs right now.
That was the last thought I had too.
Because that's basically what he wanted from Amelia.
Yeah.
But you can't give it to him.
No.
Yeah.
It's an unreasonable request. But
Rem is an unreasonable lover.
yes, she's willing to give him that, and that's what he needs.
Yeah. And I think this is really amazing and crucial for him going forward.
Yeah.
He's going to rely on Rem. And I think he should, because he needs that stability. Someone that can be there even though he can't tell them why.
Yeah.
He needs them.
So now he's got his, I don't know, best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rem's going to fill that role right now.
Yeah, just be best friend.
Yeah.
Friend zoned.
Yeah, and the peppy music that was playing while I almost said space whale, while the white whale was coming down was a nice juxtaposition.
I actually really liked it.
You
Because it's the terrifying whale, and you just hear like this nice little music playing. Everyone just dead silent, waiting for it. It was like a scary moment in that it didn't match.
Yeah.
Personally, I didn't like it as much. It was okay, but I felt like, I don't know, it sounded very like pixel gamey, and it kind of ruined the moment a little bit for me. But I did get the idea that they wanted, so I got the point, which is the juxtaposition of this peppy music and this really terrifying creature coming. And I did start to appreciate it more as the music started to get heavier. Like, it was still playing this light tune, but the music started to get
It morphed a little bit.
morphing. Yeah. And I do appreciate when shows do that. Like, it kind of drags you. It's like it's pulling you into reality. It's like, no, this is more serious than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did appreciate it in the end.
I stopped hearing it like almost as soon as the whale popped in.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was still playing
No,
the
it
whole
stopped.
time.
It was.
It stopped?
It was
No,
still
it
playing?
played to the end.
Oh, I thought it stopped.
Oh wow!
I was paying attention.
It just out of my head.
I thought once it
And it was
started.
effective.
I thought once it came up on the shadow on the wall, because
No,
when
it
it was
was-
coming down, it was still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
Wow.
That's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for being here. Guys, if you like the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And remember, check out Patreon in the description if you want to see the next episode a week early. So, guys, thank you very much for being here. I will see you guys next time on React Fact. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
A special thanks to Doge Master, Jackie, Robin, Zenath, and Beelzebub.